Welcome, Brad Willey, positive and productive communication.
Do you want me to put that thing on? All right, so let's see what we can do. Thank you, Mrs. Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests. My name is Brad Willey. I have joined Toastmasters just recently, and like our evaluator has said, that this isn't my first speech, but it's my icebreaker speech. I want to introduce myself to this club. So in one of the other paths that I'm taking, it is presentation mastery, and it's about understanding our communication styles. So how does that affect this speech that we're talking about tonight? Is the fact that when I've joined Toastmasters, I've started to discover that I am much more than the person that I thought I was. Over the years, I have been terrified to be able to stand up in front of people and explain explain about who I am. I've seen myself grow over the years. I've seen myself develop. But the one thing that I really have been struggling with is my communication style. I've been told that I'm initiating and aggressive. And any time that I've told anybody through this time of learning and challenging myself, they all say to me, duh. But what does that mean? That means that I can come off as the life of the party, I can be exuberant, and it is sometimes a valiant effort on my behalf to rein in that. My aggressive behavior can create anxiety and stress amongst the people that I'm around because I come over as a bit intense a lot of the time. And if any of you have known me, I do come off that way. And I understand that. But how do I adapt my communication style to the communication styles of other people around me? And as I'm starting to be here in Toastmasters, I'm starting to learn that I don't always have to be over the top or intense in the way that I talk, but I really enjoy it. I really enjoy having the eyes on me. And it's almost become the opposite of a phobia because we get to be drawn into that. I love when I connect with the crowd and I see people staring at me and their emotions start to get the best of them. But that's not always a good thing, because when you start to understand who you are, you start to understand the things that sometimes pull you down. And being aggressive in certain situations are definitely not. Especially when you're in a business meeting with somebody that is working with you and you're trying to communicate with them and they're a passive person. They want to be talked to calmly. They want to be talked to in a professional manner, not with as much intensity that I can bring to the conversation. So I struggle with that. How do I rein back in my communication? How do I get my point across, but in a teaching, a loving, and a caring way so that I don't frighten somebody to a point that they don't even communicate with me properly? So these are the struggles and the challenges. But the time that I am working here and learning through Toastmasters, I'm starting to see the value, much more than I thought I had even anticipated when I came here. I've seen growth not only in myself, but in the way that I interact with the people around me at work. My superiors are starting to notice that, Brad, you're becoming more intentional in the way that you communicate and the way that you help other people communicate around you. And that, I think, in itself is a growth. So as we understand who we are, as we understand with the communication styles of the people that are around us, how do we adapt and change to those styles that the other people have? We have to be intentional. And we have to use active listening. Because when we're compassionate about the people that we're speaking to and actively and caringly listen to them by communicating with them and looking into their eyes, we can understand their communication styles much better. And if we do that, we will have true communication with the people that are around us. We'll be able to listen, we'll be able to understand them, we'll be able to communicate and get them to communicate in a way that they'll be able to understand what we're trying to communicate to them. Now, myself as an aggressive, initiating person, I do get things done. I am intolerant a lot of times of people that are slow to action, but I think sometimes that is a good thing. If we use a little bit more patience and understanding, then I can understand why they're as slow as they are sometimes. But it's challenging, especially when you get wrapped up. But I just want to say I appreciate the fact that we get to learn this. Going through the Toastmasters process has only strengthened me. It's pushed me forward. It's given me a passion to understand who I am, and I look forward to the next speeches. So as some of you new people here tonight, sign up, understand who you are and why you're here. What are the things that are holding you back? For some of you veterans, share with the younger members. Get them excited. Get them passionate about the things that keep you coming back week after week. So it's an amazing opportunity. And I just want to say thank you for coming along on this journey with me. Thank you. Thank you very much.